Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the Hammond Collection Baby Triceratops figure. I did get this guy with the other guy that I just previously reviewed. They were a little bit cheaper than this price, but there's no way I'm believing that's the retail price. If that's the retail price, it's just crazy. But yeah, imported figures are expensive in Japan, even if there are American figures that might lack the detail that some Japanese imports to America might have. Triceratops. I thought this guy was cute and a nice little addition to any scene. He also makes, don't think me too dark, but he also makes great prey for setting up a scene with these raptor type guys. They might be stalking the baby Triceratops when he's not looking. But anyway, let's get him out of the package. This one, the top, it shows more like a gate or something, so it's not that embossed dinosaur skeleton that we had on the last box. Okay, and I haven't looked at this guy yet, but his packaging is a little bit more like the other gray guys that I had. Geez, I can't remember what they were called. But some kind of raptor, Erosiraptor or something like that. But the amount of detail on these little figures is really good. I'm like shocked by how well they're done. That part is impressive. I actually forgot these are Mattel figures. I guess it's not owned by Hasbro, right? Ah, there's the guy that we had before. Atrociraptor, not Erosiraptor. Okay, and the Scutosaurus, I really like that guy's look. I want to get one of those, but I haven't yet. But if I get one of those, might kind of complete my collection. Okay, and we'll get him out of the packaging. His tail is dinky, as you can see. And he does have a little bit of a plastic shield here over his head. I'm gonna kind of pull him out by the head. Oh, he does have a little rubber band in there, keeping him inside. But he's kind of gonna remind us of a baby elephant or something. Okay, there you can see the level of detail. He has kind of I don't know how you would say it. I guess it's a dry brushing. I'm familiar with painting, but of course these are kind of factory printed things, but it's sort of to mimic dry brushing, if that's the right word. Sorry, for some reason his shininess is making him so hard to focus on. Okay, and then again, he does have those little plastic beady eyes with the little black paint for the iris painted on there. And those look very, very well done. They add a lot of life to the figure. So let's see if we can get this tail on here. It's probably going to be a challenge because this room is so cold, but this time the tail does not have that little bump on the hinge of the tail. So it seems to be going, but it's going really tight. I guess it's on. It seems to be... Oh, there it goes. Okay. Sorry. It seemed to be on for a moment, but I guess it was just sort of just going over the cusp or reaching the cusp of the kind of hard part to overcome inside there. But anyways, it's in now, so it seems to be working. Come on, focus. I thought I locked you. Okay. Yeah, so here he is. Here's the little guy. And we'll try to get a measurement on him. You can see down below. Do these spread out? They don't really spread out. His back legs spread a little bit, but his front legs, it's just barely. I mean, oh, wow. Hey, it clicked. It suddenly clicked and we can do a lot more. But I don't know if I'm going to have... Yeah, wow. Okay. That's impressive. You know, that makes me want to like push those other figures more. I might have more luck with these guys But I don't, no, I'm not going to have more luck. They don't have the hinges, so that's the stark contrast here is this guy has these hinges on his joints. So, wow, you can really bring him like out at a wider angle. The back legs are different. Sorry, geez. I almost sneeze, almost cough. His back legs, excuse me. His back legs are different. They are similar to the joints on these figures. So there's no hinge in there. So, but that's pretty cool. You can kind of get him at a really wide stance. Might be able to make him do like a sort of threatening pose with that, like he's getting ready to charge or something, though he's not exactly the scariest of creatures. But anyway, let's go on to measuring him from tail to head instead of head to tail, because that's the way we're going to do it here. Around there should be good, around there. And he's going to come up to here. So what is that? We're looking at almost 18 centimeters. Is that right? Sorry, he's almost 7 inches. Okay, and it's about, yeah, getting close to 18 centimeters. Not quite there would be 18 centimeters. So he's darn near 7 inches and he's almost 18 centimeters. So, but closer to the 7 inches. So, okay. And yeah, so we got a good look at his aesthetic. Let's take a look at his posability. His mouth should open, I think. Yes. His mouth will open just a little bit. Bah. It's kind of a nice little touch to add some more detail to him. And his neck is kind of on this weird ball joint. And I don't know how it's connected inside there. Unfortunately, we can't see. But it does move up and down rather loosely. I think it'll hold a pose, but it does feel kind of loose compared to what you might expect. But he does have the ability to turn his head kind of easily, but not really side to side at all. So it's just changing the angle. But I think it'll work for a toy this small. Okay, and then his arms, as we saw, they can hinge out. I'm not going to push it too much further because this room is so cold, but they hinge out to about here, and then they will go all the way around. And he does have the hinge here at his, is it his elbow? Is it his backwards facing knee? That'll go that way and back a little bit. And then he does have ankles with a hinge, and they'll hinge back and forward. It kind of scratched me. Back and forward, maybe that much. Okay, and they do have a little bit of pivot, but the pivot is quite limited. But it will help you hit some poses. Okay, and then his back legs, will they go all the way around? I think his back legs will not go all the way around. They might if you push it, but it's really tight, so it's probably going to just damage the plastic. Okay, and then his back knees, they will hinge back about this far and forward about that far. And his back feet, sorry, this thing's really cold. His back feet will go back about that far, forward about that far, and then they do pivot also. Okay, and with his tail, you can't do a whole lot up that far, down, and side to side, just like that. Of course, you can spin it, so that'll add a little bit of options. So, but yeah, I like this guy. I'd probably like him better if the weather was warmer, but when the weather is this cold, it's just really hard to pose or do much. I'm sorry, I can't really get him into a great pose because of the temperature in this room. Okay, he stands lower than the crotch on this guy, but he stands to about here on the figure that's the same scale as the Marvel Legends. So he's pretty small. You might make him a little bit taller if you can straighten out all of his legs, but it's not going to be much different. I got his legs a little bit straighter, but just a tiny bit. Oh, I forgot to add his back legs. You can swivel those too. So that is important for posing options. So these will both swivel. Okay, thank you guys for this, joining me for this look at the Hammond collection baby Triceratops. He's kind of a cutie pie. I think he's going to be friends with Shauna the She-Devil. So, okay, I hope to see you in the next video. Next ones, we have some G.I. Joe coming up, and of course, the never-ending Marvel Legends stream. Okay, thanks guys. See you next time. Bye for now.